Hello, good evening, Debnath sir. Can you please turn on your camera so that we can have a check?
Okay, just let me know whether I am audible.
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Okay, great. So, if the time this thing, then we can start our session. Shall we proceed or shall we wait for some more people to join?
Just we will wait for another 3 to 4 minutes, sir.
Absolutely.
Then we will start at 6.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. Are you getting me?
Yeah, good evening.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Sorry, sir. Yesterday's evening session, second session, was the feedback link shared? Sir, am I audible?
We have already shared in the group, ma'am, and on in the chat box also. After
There
the
was
session,
only
immediately.
for session 3 I saw, but I did
No,
not
for
see
both
any
the
session
sessions.
4.
For both the
So one
sessions,
link
we
for
have shared.
okay, sir.
You are
Let
in the
me check.
WhatsApp group, ma'am? Are
Yes,
you in the
sir. Yes,
WhatsApp
sir.
group? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
We will share
Can you?
again. Don't worry.
Yeah. Thank you.
We will
Thank you,
share
sir.
again. Please wait.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, now you are audible. Yes, Devnath sir, please turn on your camera. We will start now. We will
Okay.
first introduce you and then we will start the session.
Absolutely fine. Yes.
Yes.
As I'm this thing in outdoors now, so I'll be preferring this thing. I'll be on mic only. Please proceed, sir.
Yes, Lebes, please start.
Good evening, Devnath sir.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Okay. So, respected dear participants and distinguished guests for today, Dr. DEBNATH sir, and a very warm and pleasant good evening to everyone. It's my immense pleasure to introduce and invite our esteemed resource person for today's ATAL FDP for date 3, session 5, Dr. Surajit Devnath. Sir is a true academician, researcher, and a thought leader in the field of entrepreneurship and innovation. Dr. Surajit Devnath currently is the Vice President, Institute Innovation Cell, Women's Polytechnic, affiliated to Tripura University, a central university, and selection grade 1 lecturer, that is Associate Professor Skill, Department of Medical Laboratory Technology. With more than 20 years of experience in biomedical research and teaching, Dr. Devnath is a tech enthusiastic and avid traveler, have participated in various academic workshops in institutions of Europe, in Germany, in Denmark, and UK. Besides a premier ASEAN institutes in Hong Kong, Indian labs such as AIMS, IIT Kharagpur, Biotechnology, IIT Guwahati, Biomedical Engineering, NBG, NBPGR, Plant Genomics, etc. Dr. Devnath is a recipient of Young Scientist Award from different agencies, that is DBT, DST, and CSI. Recipient of the Tata Trust Grant for CME course in Royal College of Pathologists, London. Reviewer of the several Scopus SC Index journals published by Elsevier, Springer, Biome Central, along with the regular academic activities. He is also engaged with the several biotechnology companies in northern and western India as a consultant. He has conducted various workshops and talks, acted as a session chair in the international conference sponsored by the national and international academic agencies. He delivered numerous invited talks in the national and international academic gatherings. Currently, he is guiding a group of international students for their internship from Russia, Turkey, West African countries. Dr. Devnath has filed 2 patents in India on biomedical research. India's session, today's session on creating and nurturing the entrepreneurial ecosystem in academic institution is a great importance as a role in education, as rapidly transforming institutions are no longer just place of learning. They are becoming the hubs where India are born, nurtured, and transformed into ventures. Dr. Devnath's insights will help us to understand the foundational pillars of the entrepreneurial ecosystem, effective institutional support structures, and way to integrate innovation culture within the academic framework. On behalf of our institute, the organizing committee of ATAL FDP, and all the participants, it's my privilege to honor and warmly welcome and felicitate Sir. Sir, I request kindly accept our felicitation.
Yes, sir. It's our honor. It's my honor to receive this felicitation from you. Thank you, SBIIMS, and the coordinator as well, who has taken all the burden to proceed with the event. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Very good, sir. On behalf of our institute, the organizing committee, and all the participants, it's my privilege that we have honored and warmly welcome you. I request, sir, kindly accept our felicitation. Now I invite Dr. Surajit DEBNATH to share his expertise with us. Sir, we are truly grateful for your time and presence. We now request you, sir, to kindly begin the session. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Now, by saying so, I would also like to forward my this sincere thanks to the whole concept of ATAL FDP, where we can have interdisciplinary talks, sessions, which will eventually, just hold on, I should share the whole screen, isn't it? Yeah, screen 1, it seems. Just hold on. Okay, now please give me a little quick this thing, whether things are visible from your end. Is it completely visible,
Yes,
sir?
sir. Yes, sir.
Which screen you can see? Can you see my first screen of the PPT?
Yes, sir. First page is visible.
Great, great. Okay, okay. Let us from the beginning. Okay. Okay. So whenever, sir, if I lost connection and if anything is not audible, please give me a quick feedback. Okay. So yes, let it load. So many a times what happens, there is a compatibility issue because my institute and this particular computer is this thing on Google Meet, and therefore there may have been some compatibility issue. So like about during December 2024, I was in Pune, and I was there for a fortnight, and the first week of this thing, this near 2025 New Year was there itself, and I have witnessed the vibrant tech culture as well as what you call a startup culture that is flourishing in Pune. And I had opportunity to interact quite a few entrepreneurs as well as academicians there during the beginning of this year itself. So thank you, the institute, this particular institute, for inviting me in this particular session. Now this discussion what we will have is how we can build enterprises from academic institutes. Okay, so what exactly happening is AICTE is also proposing this kind of initiatives from institutes, so that the students who will be nurtured by the institute, they are no longer only job seekers, they eventually become job creators as well. And for that reason, there is a huge burden on the shoulder of the teacher to nurture the kids and to also create a environment which is similar to the things that is going on in US and other countries. So when we were kids, when we were students, we heard about companies like Sun Microsystem, which was developed in Stanford University, which is nothing but Stanford University network. So that was the what shall I say, the beginning of tech giants like Facebook and all, which eventually germinated from that particular incubation phase where Sun Microsystem was developing in Stanford University. So similar culture is also needed in India as well, where big tech companies or similar service and product based companies are generated from the institute itself. That is the long term goal. So recently, what we did in our limited resources, we are now focusing on developing some products mainly for edutech ventures. Okay, so if we talk about this, there has been a severe growth in this particular domain. All the big consulting firms are very much bullish on this particular area, and post pandemic we had a big boom in this particular area. A lot of venture capital was this thing channelized to this tech ventures, which were mainly focusing on two things: upskilling, reskilling, and edutech infrastructure. So in upskilling and reskilling, what exactly happening is, if there is some gap which is still there due to the regular or the conventional academic processes that we do. So there was a huge gap which these particular companies identified, and they made products which were helpful for upskilling and reskilling of the future workforce, that is the students, those who are working on these those who are getting degrees from these colleges. For example, a particular company which is specializing into outsourcing processes. When we were students, only the tech was outsourcing. BPO kind of culture was there everywhere in South, even in North also, North India and South India both, where the tech was only nothing but business process outsourcing. But eventually, then it turned into developing software and selling software products. So I'm talking about post 2020. And then eventually this thing is sorry just before 2020, at that period of time, software development and packaging and product development in software domain was a very big this thing. So now today is the age of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Now how we can leverage these technologies to build world class products, that is the goal of the whole exercise that we are this thing. And therefore edtech infrastructure building is also a very important what do you call as area where a lot of money can be made. So these are reports from big consulting companies. So if we talk about the McKinsey's outlook, they have identified 5 major what do you call trends in this particular domain which we are interested in. Is there any problem? Am I audible, sir? Coordinator, sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible. No issues.
Okay. So what exactly is going on? This upskilling, reskilling is there. Then enterprise digitization is one more aspect which these tech companies, this edutech companies are focusing on, where good money can be made. Now, why this particular ecosystem is developing? Because there is affordable broadband, then distant education tech is also being very, for example, right now we are using Microsoft Teams. So it is nothing but a distant education tech. So can we do something more with this? Can we integrate some new technologies in these platforms? There is also an avenue for this. Then there is increased venture capital funding that I have already spoken. Now this venture capital funding is very much good for the ecosystem. There is no doubt about it. But many a times it has been seen that excessive liquidity, which leads to huge amount of venture capital, this thing, entry in a particular ecosystem, or say for a particular organization, it may have some this thing also, drawbacks also. So if a company which is completely bootstrapped and there is no dilution of equity, it has many a times it has been seen that these companies flourishes more. A very good example is Odoo. They have not diluted their equity yet. They are eventually doing great in this particular domain. And there are some bad examples as well, as we all of us already know that huge amount of VC funding never comes without a cost. They will also chase bigger profits, and therefore multiple different levels of compromises then That means compromises in quality, compromises in product prices, pricing, and so on and so forth are there, and therefore it can also have some negative impact. But despite of it, the overall ecosystem gets very much boost if there is huge venture funding, and there is no doubt about it. In our case, for example, I'll be explaining that the developments that are going on in my lab, and what we are trying to do in this particular domain, where we are completely bootstrapped, and we are developing a product and then monetizing that particular product in our lab, and then we are generating the revenue. So this can also be a good model for academic institutes to build products and then try to monetize that in different ways. For example, we have collaborated with the district administration for doing a particular project, and we have also collaborated with various government departments. So it is not exactly the research funding. So research funding domain is entirely different, where it is only classical research and then producing research papers. This is a particular domain. But when you venture into product development domain, then it becomes a bit different, this thing. Because in many Western countries, right now, even in China, right now the focus has been shifted from generating research paper to generating products which can be monetized. Now there is an advantage in this particular this thing. As a coordinator, sir, there are some sounds coming on. I'd like to this thing have you take a look on this so that it do not interfere with the participants. This thing.
Yes,
Listening.
yes, sure.
So what exactly happening is these are our outlook. Now, why we are very much this thing very much shall I say bullish on this particular area of development in edutech ventures, because it has been this thing continuously advocated by the consulting firms and multiple, even including Indian government also, that there has been a significant opportunity there. So as we can see here, transforming digital integration. Now, what exactly happening is the disruption that can be made is not only in incremental digital adoption. So what exactly happening is, if a digital classroom is made where we are using remote accessibility to a particular product, something like, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir, you're audible. Please go ahead, sir.
it is audible.
Okay. So in that particular domain, what exactly happens is some incremental digital adoption, that this thing has already been achieved in India. When the data has become very much cheap, this thing has been already done. So incremental digital adoption, which is nothing but a one layer of addition of a digital what shall I say, and digital outlook. This particular area has already been built. There is nothing more to be done. So something more should be done. For example, personalization and scalability and inclusivity, where we can include many more stakeholders into this particular digital ecosystem, where academic institutions can do a lot of things. I shall also tell you that in our modest lab, we are generating lot less than 3 lakh rupees of revenue each year. Although we are very new to this particular venture. So these are very much encouraging results. So we have collaborated with many institutes organically. There was no this thing, no need of inorganic reach or something like that. Organically, you have reached to these institutions, organizations, and eventually we have collaborated by profit sharing. Not profit sharing, we can say that we have generated revenue by producing a product for these particular organizations. We will come to those points because I am having 3 hours of time today. So we'll be discussing one by one everything. So transforming digital integration can be customized, expandable, and accessible. These 3 things should be done, and these are the the basic framework that Boston Consulting Group is focusing on. So they are also saying that some more should be done, additional layers of efficiency that can be integrated. Now here comes our this thing where AI and advanced computing is having great future. So what exactly these people are saying is to add the additional layer of tech in this particular education area. What we can do is we can generate huge impact. So I'll be giving you some examples. For example, there are three verticals of digital products that we have been building in our lab, and eventually we have able to collaborate with multiple different organizations. By and large, these are till now academic institutions or small scale industries, but we are hopeful that eventually we will able to generate more impact. So we are also open for collaboration with any person. That means somebody from the audience who would like to have some collaboration for us along with us in order to generate some digital layer of their research or teaching or whatever. So this is the another report which has been produced by Deloitte, where they are saying that there is a structural shift that could be done to the academic institutions, and therefore there is a huge impact that can be created by integrating artificial intelligence and machine learning to this particular domain of academic ventures. From Deloitte's angle, educational institutions face structural challenges, financial, then credentialing, workforce alignment, and so on and so forth, that the digital transformation must address, not just adding more tech but rethinking the educational business model altogether. So there is a huge scope how these new technologies can transform academics or institutions in a large way. So these are again they have proposed the integration of AI in their 2025 report, which was been very much this thing for us because we unknowingly we are following their this thing only. So whatever the proposals were made, we are already in that path. So what is the key opportunities in Indian edtech these days? If we talk about, we are also trying to build a consulting domain or consulting desk where we will be trying to talk with small businesses which are based on education and institutions, where we can generate tools and solutions for those small organizations or small institutions in order to make them more profitable. So what are the key opportunities? Personalized learning. So one-to-one teaching learning, and one-to-one dedicated tools that can be developed for small educational platforms or small educational companies or academic institution which will revolutionize their presence. Then vernacular content, this is again we are working on. When we will be sharing our this thing product portfolio to the audience, they will be surely having an idea that how vernacular content, that means the content which are present in their own mother tongue or something related to that particular thing, how this can generate a good source of revenue for an institute based organization. Then gamification of complex concepts. How can we make these complex concepts better than the YouTube videos? Many a times what happens, people will, to understand something, they'll go to a YouTube video or some this thing, but in that YouTube video it is only one way process. What we think is it is only one way process, and therefore there must be some learning, but it is not interactive. So why not give some interactive digital product in order to understand something? So we'll be displaying some of our tech that we have built in-house to make this particular thing this thing one of our main focus of our venture. Then AI powered learning, this is already there, people are using chat gpt, so on and so forth, and this is already there. Then edtech for rural areas, again a very lucrative area where we have also ventured into. Then teacher training and development, the thing that we are going right now. I'll be also sharing one, I'll try to share one WhatsApp group link through our organizer, so that if any person is interested to join our team, they can definitely this thing come forward and have a look what exactly we are doing and how we are doing it. Okay. Then eventually we are having integration of traditional education. This is also very important to aspect that consider that you are consulting a group of people who are teaching a particular tribal language to the new age people, or consider that in deep northeast there is a particular group of people who want their particular kind of instrument, musical instrument, to be taught to a particular group of people. How you can help them? They can always use this thing, Microsoft Teams or Google Meet or something for online coaching, isn't it? Other than that, can you do something? So there is a huge gap there. So that we can do integration of traditional education. Then focus on outcome based learning. These are already there in NEP 2020 and many more. People are already talking about that. So we are not this thing much putting much of our focus on that. Then just hold on. So these are some things which are going on, and why we are bullish. We are bullish because there is expected 30% year-on-year growth in EdTech in India. That could be possible. The moderate growth was 20%, and it could be 30% year-on-year growth. It's a huge possibility of growth. So our lab, SDN Analytics Lab, SDN stands for my name, and then this particular lab has already built products for these three major domains. We have also ventured into this thing, humanities and social science. So we'll come to that point as well. So there is a healthcare and pharma and biomedical product pipeline. Then we have also developed products for civil and environmental engineering and solutions. Then recently we have also spoken with a couple of organizations which are very much keen to develop interactive products with for semiconductor electronics and similar pipeline. So these are the product verticals we have, and we will be discussing each and every one to one by one. There was a video, so there is no need for this video now. So how we are integrating AI? This is very interesting to look at. Just hold on, give me 1 minute. Just hold on. Okay, so this is a very interesting snippet that how these evolution of intelligence has been there. So I'll be doing a small hands-on with our participants if they want to understand that how exactly prediction takes place. So the evolutionary path of intelligence is very interesting. So it is based on the platform data science, which is focusing on extracting insight from data. Okay. Then eventually there is a second layer, which is machine learning. Is there an issue? Okay. So the second layer is machine learning, where we are trying to figure out some pattern or a pattern in the data. And then eventually by using that data, the third layer of this thing to build something which can simulate human cognitive function. This is very excellent and very nice this thing to look at the new age of computing, where it is no longer the conventional discrimination based intelligence. It is completely as we already know, we call it generative AI. So the path of generative AI was based on this particular thing, which is known to be as the ability to predict something. So we'll do a little hands-on if our participants are interested. We'll do a little hands-on to understand that how exactly prediction takes place. And eventually we'll venture into our to the demo where we'll be having the a discussion that how we have developed these products and how they are impacting. Am I audible, sir? Okay.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you are
sir.
audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Great. So one more important thing that the packaging of the whole this thing what do you call as service or product is very important as well. I can give you an example. For example, my lab has generated a solution for a NGO who are into disability care. Okay, so in that, what we have done is we have developed a product pipeline for them, where they wanted to have something as scheduler for therapy. So what exactly happened is these people don't wanted to let us know that the name and all other data of the patient. Okay, so why? Because we are not a big company, isn't it? So what we did was we at first demonstrated a tool by some made up names, data, and everything. When they were convinced that okay, we are having this tech to build the solution for them, then only they revealed all the details, because it was mainly disability as well as this thing rehabilitation. In rehabilitation, what happens is people from many people like abused and all people will come. So they were initially skeptical that whether we'll misuse those data or not. There is nothing wrong in that. So once you have this empathy, so this is the whole exercise of packaging a product. So you should, organization should have sufficient empathy to talk to the customer and then eventually build the final product. So initially only if we were adamant that no, we are not able to do that. So it needed a lot of time and money to invest initially, but eventually the company and the organization was convinced that we are having this particular tech. So ideation is also very important. You should have the we should have the ability to ideate that what exactly will be good for the company or good for the organization. They will be already having some homework, isn't it? They will be already looking at other apps or other digital platforms which are already there. So why they are talking to you? They are talking to you because they need something more, or they need to have some limited cost or something. So that particular thing and brainstorming should be there, how to customize the product for the organization. Experimentation is needed, as I have said, that 1, 2, 3 times your alpha testing, beta testing will be there, and eventually you will generate a product. Iteration is also very important. Many a times, many products are unstable. So if a person from computer science, I'm sure somebody is there, so they know that these generative models, which are based on very huge tech, isn't it? Very big GPUs are on use, and they do millions of calculations every second to generate the answer. For example, you ask something to chat GPT, then what exactly happens? The servers in Palo Alto or in Florida runs a lot of equations, and therefore they generate a lot of heat also, and eventually they give you some answers. Many a times you will see that these models also hallucinate. Okay, I'll give you some context. For example, there is a model called DeepSeek. So that is built by Chinese tech giants. So if you ask something regarding China or some internal matters of China, it will start to hallucinate. Okay, but the same question if you ask to Grok, then what will happen is that it will eventually give you all sorts of data. So there is kind of need to make your digital products very much stable. Then there should not be, or rapid prototyping and avoiding bias is also needed. For example, I'll give you some examples while we talk about specific this thing modules of that we have built already. So okay, I'll come back to this. So from thinking to action, So in this particular particular journey is very important for a organizations or those colleges or institutes who want to build something in this particular domain. As the name suggests, creating and nurturing entrepreneur ecosystem. So the ecosystem, how it will be built? It will not be built if you only take government funding for conventional research, okay, producing research papers and so on, which has been regularly been discouraged in US and China these days. So you'll get a PhD if you develop a product. It is something like that these days. So eventually it will also be similar in India as well, that writing paper pages after pages will have no use because nobody will read them eventually. So we'll go to the next slide where we'll talk about how prediction takes place. This is a very important concept. Just hold on. So just hold on. So what exactly happened is we have this framework that we are trying to develop here is very simple. That at first we will talk to a this thing organization that what exactly they need, and we will also think about what are our capabilities, and eventually we'll generate a prototype and eventually build a product later on. So how prediction takes place? This is very interesting to understand. So whenever you put a input, we are talking about educational tech where we are integrating new technologies in order to make it rapid. So what exactly the benefit of computational or this what do you call is artificial intelligence and machine learning? They'll do the work very rapidly and very accurately, isn't it? So how will inculcate the environment to integrate these technologies for multiple different domains? Okay, as we have already spoken, biomedical we are dealing with environmental tech as well, and then now and those things also. How exactly we are integrating these things? This is very interesting to look at. So what exactly happens in addition is whenever we give some input, there are three major, shall I say, algorithms which will eventually convert this input into an output. So for that, the basic three this thing algorithms or basic three what they call foundations are classification, regression, and clustering. In classification, which is very primitive idea of intelligence, where it will classify multiple different data sets into more than two or more than one classes. Then there comes a regression. Now regression has some amount of ability to predict. Clustering is also a prediction, but at a slightly more greater scale. So eventually, by using these three foundations, most of the inputs are converted into output. So this is the basic framework how intelligence work. Okay. Now, although these the layers of intelligence has been increased several times, in order to understand the whole thing, what we'll do is we will do a little hands-on. Okay. So, coordinator sir, I'll be what I'll do is I'll share this particular prompt. If our participants are interested, they can open ChatGPT and paste this particular prompt and then see what exactly happens. We'll try to download an Excel file with a particular specific this thing rows and columns in order to understand how simple tools like regression can do predictions. Okay. So it will give a little this thing interactive edge to the whole
Yes.
discussion.
Yes. Okay.
Also, what we'll do is we'll at first we'll end show. Otherwise, I cannot able to copy it. I'll end show and then okay, still on the okay, fine. Now I'll copy the whole prompt and paste it to a chat window. Is there a chat window? There must be a chat window somewhere. Let's see. Okay, yes, here is a chat window. I am typing this message. Okay, so if anybody is interested, they can copy and paste this particular thing. Okay, send them. Just hold on. Okay. Okay. So give me a quick feedback whether you have received this message or not. So what it will do is it will generate a file, Excel file. So how this ChatGPT is generating Excel file? This is very interesting question I received in one of the last FDP that I delivered. So why it is producing, how it will able to produce an Excel file? But Excel is made by Microsoft, where this is by OpenAI. So why? Because what happened is OpenAI has a this thing agreement with Microsoft to use the whole product portfolio of Microsoft, and therefore, for example, one company it has no collaboration with Microsoft to use their digital product. Then in that case, it will not able to generate the Excel file. It will generate something else. For example, it has collaboration with Google. Then it will generate a Google sheet, not an Excel file. So have I shared this thing successfully? Please give me a quick feedback.
Please share it again, sir.
Okay, it has not yet been shared. Just hold on. No, it is not a code. It is not a classical code. It is just a prompt. You have to receive the code, sir. No, Mr. Zakaria, Professor Zakaria, it is not a code. It is just a prompt. We're not sharing code right now. Okay, I think it has been shared. Is it? Okay. So now what we'll do is I'll also do from my end and let us see how these results are. They are good or bad. So what we'll do is we'll also paste it in this thing in my window of ChatGPT, which is again this thing only free, this thing only free app. Okay, so we'll paste it here and we'll see how prediction takes place. What it will do is it will generate an Excel file and we'll use that Excel file to understand what exactly goes in this particular thing today. Just hold on. Okay, understood. No. So if any participant have generated the file, they can let us know. So it will have a background calculation. Okay, so we call it latency. So what exactly happens? You will see many times, no, these GPT models will not instantly give you answers. What they'll do is, okay, fine. What they'll do is, they'll take a little time, and which is very usual. So we have found our Excel file. So we'll click on it. It will get downloaded. It has got downloaded, and then we'll use that particular thing. कोऑर्डिनेटर सर आप बोलिएगा कभी भी अगर मतलब स्क्रीन अगर नहीं विजिबल हो क्योंकि इट विल यूज अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ मोर डेटा देन यूजुअल गूगल मीट इज वेरी लाइट
We'll let you know, sir,
this thing is,
if anything happened like this.
this is very heavy, it seems. Okay. Must have downloaded somewhere. Yes. So it will generate a made up data. What it will do is it will understand my prompt. As I have said, that there should be 2 columns with at least 25 rows. One column will be number of iterations in column A and in increment in ROI. That means what exactly happened? Digital marketing people will use this thing. So what they'll do, no, they'll eventually increase this thing of digital marketing. That means how many cycles of this particular ad will go on, and eventually what they'll see is they'll see an increase in the revenue. So the more number of cycles of these ad runs, the more is the number of revenue that is being built. And one more important feature here is they'll also eventually understand that which ad works and which ad doesn't work. So this is also very interesting, this thing to note at. So it has been downloaded. Yes, I'll open it. There must be 2 columns of some got up data. So I did not specify that it should be a genuine data. It is just for fun only, to understand that how exactly this thing happens. A very basic statistics, but many a times they have great impact. We'll do this basic statistics now. For okay. Anybody can unmute and let me know if anybody else have got this file.
Yes, already.
Great. Fine, absolutely fine. So we'll do, I'll request you, madam, to also do the same that we'll be doing. You may be already aware of these, but still it will be good fun to understand that how ChatGPT behaves. We'll also understand whether it will generating or copying the same, because we have given the same prompt. It already knows that multiple people are working on the same project. So it will be fun to know that whether it has given the same file to everybody, or it has produced different data, different types of file. It will be also
Excuse me,
interesting.
sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sorry, sir, but I did not get a link. It says just name, but I can't download it. Even though I have given it
Okay.
as a downloadable file,
Okay.
it says your link, your file has been generated. Check the link, but that is
It
just
has
a
not
file
given the
name.
link. That is
No.
just a file name. Understood. Now, why it has done? No, it is just minimizing its cost of computing. Because you are also must be this thing using the free version, isn't it? Like me. So what happens, because
Yes,
in
sir.
my because in the same the laptop, if I take it to my college, it is a paid version there. So it is responding, I think. Anyway, so we have received the file. I'll get back to you.
I have been using Perplexity Pro version, sir.
Oh,
Even
Perplexity Pro. No. You do not. No. I have very bad experience with that. I'll come back
yes,
to
sir.
those things later on.
Yes, sir.
Perplexity Pro is looking like a marketing gimmick only. Anyway, so what exactly happened? We have got 2 files. Oh, sorry, 2 columns. One is number of iterations. It is simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, and increment in ROI. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll this thing select both the columns. and then we'll go to insert. Now we'll go for XY scatter plot. Okay, nowhere else, only the XY scatter. So once we build this XY scatter plot, it will look like this. Okay, so if you can see the prompt, no, I have also spoken for some outliers. Can you see the outliers? Outlier means so that it somehow looks like a normal data, not a got up data. It's a got up data because this AI model has built this for us. Now what we'll do is we'll select any point and then the whole graph will get selected. Just hold on. The whole thing should get selected. Now what happens, I'll go to right click and then go to add a trend line. Okay, now this is very important. All of us who are this thing finance guy, we already know it. So we'll do a simple linear calculation only. We'll just display the R square and the equation on the chart itself and we'll close it. So it has generated a straight line this thing what do you call equation, y is equal to mx plus c. Now this equation is completely based on the what do you call training set. Now this is a training set for us. Okay, now we want to understand if something like this happens. For example, there was a number of iteration which is 7.5. Okay, now we don't know how exactly what will be the ROI or how much revenue will generate if we do our iteration 7.5 times. Okay, we have done it for 7, we have done it for 8. Or let us do something very far away. Okay, we will do it like 35.5 or 35.8. Let's see what exactly happens because it is far away. 35.8. Okay, oh, 45.8. Let it be. So what is I'm trying to tell you is, consider that you are a limited resource consultancy firm. So you do not have innumerable money to spend on your ads. Okay, till now the highest number of ads that you have run is 25. And out of that you got a revenue of, let's say, $50, $50.96. But one client has told you, no, I want to run this particular ad for at least 45.8 times, or number of iterations for you is 45.8, and the particular organization, that means the one of your client also want a projection that if I run this particular ad for 45.8 times, what will be the projected revenue, that you wanted to understand. So for that, what we'll do, so as you can see here, it is predicting Y nicely. Okay, so Y is nothing but the what do you call this our ROI. Okay, now we'll calculate like this. So our X value is how much? 45.8. So therefore we'll able to predict or do a very good prediction here. So what will do, 1.359, as I can see here, 1.359. Okay, no, sorry, 359 multiplied with 45.8. So let us do it. Just hold on. Okay, yeah. Then this. Okay, so let's see what exactly is there. This is 62.2422. Now what we'll do is we'll also again 5.815 plus this value. Then what exactly happens? Okay, so it predicts that. So here you see how it was not it was linear, but due to the outliers, no, many a times what happens now, you get unexpected results. Okay, you are running your ad and eventually what happens is, usually when it is not linear, although we have used a linear what do you call trend line in order to make it simple. But what you see here, very interesting. So when your this thing was 25, then ROI was 50.96. But when you increased it several folds, about twice, so you expected a revenue of 100, isn't it? But it is. So if you run the digital ad for 45.8 times, you only get a very nominal increase in your ROI, which is eventually 68.05. How much? 0572. Why this has happened? Because it has taken consideration of these outliers where people are not listening to you, or some other your competitors have come and multiple different things. So this is how prediction takes place, and our new technologies, that is artificial intelligence, machine learning, they also use similar statistics in order to predict something, isn't it? When we have spoken to chat gpt that to build a downloadable file as it has given to me, isn't it? But one of our madam has not received the hyperlink. It has already see the name, because here no, what it is trying to do is it is trying to, what do you call, limit its this thing, because it is already a free module. It doesn't want to invest much more energy, because it needs energy and computational power to generate this downloadable file, isn't it? So this is also a good understanding that how exactly AI works. Now going back to our this thing, I hope you have understood what was the idea behind this particular exercise, that how exactly prediction takes place and how these digital models work. That is also was one of the goal of this particular hands-on. Now moving on to next, that how we have collaborated with other organizations. I'll come back to those things later on. This is very interesting snippet again. Now you have to decide that which kind of model you have to, because you will be purchasing it, isn't it, for your, because you have to not only purchase these large language models, you have to purchase a lot of things. You have to purchase custom JSON files, then multiple different APKs. But it is not free. The free stuff is always some with some drawback, like the madam has not received the downloadable link, isn't it? So there were two types of artificial intelligence. One was discriminate. This is also artificial, isn't it? Because the Excel file was also doing an artificial work only. It has predicted it on the basis of something, isn't it? Now there is one more thing which is generative. Now it creates new data point. This is very interesting. In our brain, what happens now, from a childhood to adulthood, you learn a lot of things. Now your learning of human beings are of two types. Similar two types of learning is also seen in machine. So when we call about machine learning, this is nothing but to understand that how machine learns. Machine learns in two ways. Machine learns by two basic models, like the humans also. Humans, how they learn? They also learn by ways, we call it this thing. This one, just hold on. Supervised and unsupervised learning. I have two kids, and one kid is supervised learning, this thing efficient, and another is unsupervised. So supervised learning algorithms are those which will listen to you. You will provide a this thing, what do you call, a training set. On the basis of that only it will give you some prediction. Unsupervised learning will produce some new data points which will be completely different or without any boundary. It will have no limits of its ability to predict, and therefore many a times most of the superficial highly advanced models are based on this thing only. So major unsupervised learning algorithms are of these three types: hidden Markov model, and then fuzzy C means, and then PCA, principal component analysis, and K means method. So these are unsupervised, like my younger kid, which will not listen to me. If I tell her that do not put your finger on the flame, she will not listen to me. She'll put her finger, then feel the pain, and then eventually learn that if I touch this, it will cause some pain. Okay, but supervised learning is very good. Whatever you tell her to do, it will do. The elder one. So these are four types again. One is a support vector machine, then decision tree, then this naive Bayes algorithm. This is very interesting to understand. The naive Bayes is also known as probabilistic classifier. Then decision tree. So these are some algorithms which are supervised algorithm. Now there is a problem with supervised algorithm. Supervised algorithm cannot be used as generative. It will not able to generate something. It will only limit itself to discriminate, to classify things like that. Okay, it will not do a wild guess, but unsupervised learning has the ability. So how, here you see, if we have a sample data, the data will be analyzed in a latent space. Okay, then the model will learn the data distribution, and the whatever data has been produced by the machine will again be used as a sample data. So it's a vicious cycle where the whole exercise do not stop. I give you an example. I have told ChatGPT to give me a this thing data file. So from here also it will understand that what exactly should be a correct guess. Okay, so likewise every time, every iteration helps these large language models to make their answer perfect and perfect. For example, like 1 year back, if you give a prompt to generate an image, no, many a times those images had no eyes or one finger extra, things like that. But now if you go to Nano Banana, which is a image generating model used by Google, so it is so perfect that there is this thing no flaw at all. The images are flawless. So how it has been taken place? They have taken 1 full year to make their model perfect. So this is how these generative models work. And to understand the works that is going on latent space, this particular snippet is very interesting. So this is a snippet of a thing called neural network. Now in this what happens is you teach a particular machine to differentiate between different digits. Okay. Now this is a neural network for understanding digit 8. Okay. So what the machine will do is something similar to digit 8. Okay. Because the image processing tool is so perfect that if it is far away, somebody has written digit 8 on a number plate and the car or the bike is far away, so it will identify it despite of its what they call distortion. It will successfully identify the digit 8 in the number plate. So how it has done it? It has been trained with some data, but it is able to generate some new data point, and therefore without any fail it can able to differentiate between digit 8 and digit 0. In Roman they both look like similar, isn't it, in digital format, but this machine will instantly differentiate between digit 8 and digit 0. So this is very interesting to look at. So these models in layer after layer development has turned into something which is called deep learning algorithms. Now the neural networks has been evolved to a greater possibility or greater ability to generate more sophisticated answers. For that, three types of deep learning algorithms has been developed, and these are the foundations of these large language models: convolutional neural network, recurrent neural network, and deep neural network. Because we are using these large language models for a great extent, so we are using these algorithms in the latent space. We are not writing the code as such, but we are using this tech to generate our stuff. So we'll come back to those things later on. Now comparing machine learning approaches. Discriminative models. Okay, discriminative models means which one? The one we have discussed already. We had two columns. One is number of ROI and number of iterations. So it is only discriminative. It will give you some prediction, but it will not able to generate a new data point. It will generate a data point, but it will not use the same data point again, and then it will not reconstitute its whole exercise, isn't it? It's there is a full stop in that. Once I have got my prediction, then I'll come out of this system. Now this is called discriminative model. But in generative models, whatever you have generated, I'll think that this Excel file is there in my device. No, it is also there in the this thing cloud of OpenAI. So OpenAI also have this particular data that somebody was there who wanted to build this particular thing. He did not give any more prompt. I have not told ChatGPT to revise its this thing. As you can see, I have not given any prompt anymore. That means what? It means I am satisfied with the what do you call data that has been generated by OpenAI, isn't it? So everything is taken care of, or everything is taken into context. Okay, nothing is left just like that. So this is very interesting to look at. Now coming back to this. Achha, my screen is visible, na sir?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Fine. So now what is the driving force? Means how this will give you an idea that why we are very much bullish on new technologies to build our products. So increased computational power. A very interesting thing is if you want to use these models now in your computer, many a times your computer will hang, despite of the a great computer if you have, or a very good this thing, but it is very difficult to run it locally, isn't it? So who is running this? So this company who are building this, they are having collaboration with the hardware provider also. I give you a context. There is a company called this thing, Sam Altman's OpenAI, and there is a chip manufacturing company also. So both of these two are in high, very great collaboration. The person who is building the hardware is also in close contact with the person who is using this hardware to develop a product. Understood? So therefore, they are trying to leverage one another. So consider that if OpenAI has built a product which needs a very large GPU, which is not available right now, then what will happen? It will fall short. No, the product will not be developed, and therefore there is a collaboration between these companies, hardware manufacturer and software manufacturer. Previously, it was not the case, isn't it? If you remember, if when Microsoft was developing its product portfolio, it is never never what dependent on this thing, the hardware. They were building their own hardware, and somebody else was building the hardware, and they were building the software only. It was not like that they were dependent on something. But nowadays, because there is increased computational power, which also needs a increased hardware sophistication, there is a increased this thing of collaboration. Then availability of large data set. Why these AI models are flourishing? Because there is a huge availability of large data sets. Whatever data it is generating, it is using the same data again to build its own bigger training set in order to make its results more and more sophisticated. Then advanced deep learning, as I have said, then demand for creative applications is also very much there, because you are generating your picture, you are generating video, text, and lot of other things, isn't it? So there is also a very demand for creative application. This is also very good for academic institutions or edutech ventures like us. Now, what is the generative AI applications? Okay, so here you see product design is there, then code generation is there. So there are two things, one is in the right hand side, another in the left hand side. So in the right hand side, content creation, then personalized experiences, drug discovery, these kind of things are there. In the right hand side, data augmentation. Now data augmentation is very interesting to understand. Consider that Facebook is having 1 million subscribers. Out of 1 million subscribers, no, many are fake. That means I am having my 10 different IDs. Okay, I forgot one user password, I go to one more. So how Facebook will understand that it's a fake ID? How Facebook, do you think we should understand that it's very important for Facebook to delete, or to not practically delete, but delete those accounts where no activity is there, at least to identify those accounts, and not to this thing consider them while designing some product portfolio. Giving a context, if you want to generate a Facebook ad, it will ask you that who is your this thing target audience. So when you identify the target audience, you will tell that, okay, I need somebody who's staying in Pune. Consider that you are building a transport company which will take people from Pune to Mumbai through Lonavala or things like that. They'll give you a good experience of the road during the rainy season. So everybody will go to these areas and then reach Mumbai. So you want to give a custom experience. You will book the ticket for them, or you can take a car and do this particular service. So what do you want? You want somebody who is present in Pune and want to go to for a short vacation or trip to Mumbai. In en route, they'll have some more experience, food and things, and they'll give you a premium. So you have identified those people who are present in Pune. But in Pune, many people are there who don't want this particular service at all. So Facebook should identify those who are really interested to go, and then only its revenue will increase. You will pay money. If you don't get any result year after year, do you would like to pay Facebook again and again? No. So therefore, it is also data augmentation is very important domain to identify the false positives or false negatives. Somebody is saying, okay, okay, I'll go, but eventually they reject. So if this is the trend of a particular customer, Amazon, Flipkart, everybody will understand that this particular person, you will buy a product and then instantly return it. Okay, due to some this thing vested interest, they can try the dress and go to a party and instantly after coming back, they'll repack and send it home. If somebody's profile is like this, no, they'll not give you that this thing, a particular window to return. But you will see, but in some other case, if you are a good buyer, then what you'll do is they'll instantly replace your product, isn't it? So data augmentation is very important. Then product design, which we are into, code generation, we are also into it. And we are having a dedicated tech team who are computer scientists, not like biomedical scientists like me. Then eventually generative AI has a transformative impact, very important to understand. So it will do many discoveries and therefore no enhance productivity and innovation to a greater extent, isn't it? This is very interesting to understand. It will generate novel ideas and automate tasks. It is very important. Automate tasks and and therefore what will happen? Your overall productivity will increase. Now, what are the key challenges in Indian edutech? This is very important. Now, there is a digital divide. Now, what is a digital divide? In my opinion, digital divide is not that if somebody is having a smartphone and somebody is having a keypad phone. This is not the digital divide. For my consideration, digital divide is the divide between the people who are using tech in different way. Some people are there, they are using tech only for entertainment. In India, this is a great extent, isn't it? So they are not the target audience for me because I'm not a content creator. I'm getting my point. I'm a product developer. Therefore, my this thing audience will be somebody who is really looking for some solution, who want to build a business, generate some intellectual property in the form of either research paper or patent or even a copyright. So there is a digital divide, isn't it? If I am speaking to an audience where most of the people are liking a Instagram short or something like that, I am not talking to them. So I'm talking to a faculty who is keen to develop a particular product or to collaborate to generate a research paper or a patent or a copyright or something like that. That quality of content. Now, what they're trying to figure out here is maintaining high maintaining high educational content is also very important. So I tell you what happens if you give a wrong prompt to chat gpt, it will generate a very generic context. For example, consider that you are talking about very high-fi funda, okay, for example quantum computing, and you are giving a prompt to chat gpt that write a note on quantum computing. So it will only produce something which is very generic in nature. You will learn something only very superficially. There will be no deep learning in that, isn't it? So to discriminate previously when these generative models were not there, the huge issue of quality of content was there. If you write something in Google, it will generate n number of pages, isn't it? So out of that, you have to discriminate that whether you will stick to Wikipedia. Hello, is there any problem? Sir, I am audible, na?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir, audible.
Yes, sir,
Right.
you're audible.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yeah. So what exactly happens is quality of content was a great issue previously. Now there has been a this thing, what do you call this level playing field because of multiple different tools which are available there. But previously it was an issue because a small student who is just into BTech or something, he'll not know that how exactly to interpret these web pages. So he'll always stick to Wikipedia because by looking at it, it will see that it's authentic data. But is it only this data is there or something more is there? So quality of content is a great issue in Indian context. Then teachers adoption, many nowadays all teachers are very much this thing to these particular tools which are there is no doubt about it, but despite of it there is more scope for teachers to adopt interactive technologies. This is very gamification and all sorts of things that we are into. And therefore only we have able to collaborate with institutes who are teaching disaster management, who are teaching anthropology, we are having collaboration with companies who are teaching, institutes or labs who are teaching robotics to first year student or diploma students. You are teaching robotics to diploma students. How you will teach them? So if you go to the book directly, or you generate a what do you call PPT, isn't it? If you have a smart board, you'll go to PPT or teach them from YouTube. So YouTube is having a little more more interaction, but PPTs are very less interactive, isn't it? So in that case, can you generate something which is custom for your college? So your college name and your college logo, the faculty's name, everything will be there, and at the same time it will be highly interactive. It is not a usual YouTube video anymore. So in that context, what would happen is you will able to grab the attention in a significant way, and eventually you will generate more revenue for your college, because the same student will go and give a feedback to the other peers of her or his, that this particular subject was taught using this interactive digital resource, which was not previously there. And if you want to purchase it from large organizations, it will be very, very costly for you. So we are giving the same thing in a very customized way and a very fraction of a cost, and therefore this is our moat, or shall we say, our ability to develop a product in a very less competitive pricing. Then data privacy and security, as I have already given you that rehabilitation center in Kerala. I'll demonstrate the tool today. What exactly happened? They were not ready to, and therefore we build a tool using American names. Okay, and then when they saw that it really works, and then they had given the consent to give the whole this thing to us. And then there is competition, and navigating the competitive edtech landscape is there, because we'll be competing with big companies, for example Byju's and all, although it is not a competition for us right now. Then funding and investment may be a problem, people will not able to this thing. Then regulatory landscape is also there. If you are teaching something which is not ethical or something like that, that thing should also be taken care of. The multifaceted benefits of proto, this is again very interesting for us. When we generate the product, before that we give a small dry run to the organization or our collaborator. Many a times a single person only is our collaborator. So we demonstrate it through via our Google Meet, and then we show them that how the more more customization can be done. If you cannot directly talk to Odoo to make you a custom domain or custom thing, you can talk to me, our lab. My students are there who will listen to you and write it down everything. When I'll come back in the evening, they'll show me that this thing is going on and they want it in this way. So that kind of prototyping or customization is done, and therefore cost effectiveness is there. At a fraction of a cost, we will generate these tools for the customers. How we do that? We will talk to people, and then we will do survey, and we will observe also how exactly the faculty is teaching, what is the exact need of this particular company. Because recently we have collaboration with a diagnostic company. Local means small scale, kind of small manufacture, not manufacturing, service organization, which is having 5-6 shops in the city in a northeastern town. So they wanted to collaborate with us, and we have generated a product for them. So we'll demonstrate that thing also today. And then so what exactly, and one more thing is personalization. The WhatsApp number, and then everything which is customizable. By a click only you can directly contact with this particular this thing. That means, or for from the Facebook page you can directly go into the app. So those features are there, and therefore persona development takes place, and eventually it helps the organization to get more revenue. These are some previous what do you call collaborations. The new collaborations we have not discussed. So these are some government collaborations as well, which we have had previously. Now we'll go to the demo part, where we'll be giving you an idea that how exactly we have developed this product. Just give me a point. Okay. Coordinator sir, I wanted to ask you one thing. Shall I proceed for the full session, or there will be a break after 1.5 hours? Just give me a quick.
You can take a break of Yes, sir.
Acha, we can take a break of.
Yes, we can give the break for 5 minutes, so no issue.
Okay, great. So at 7:30 we should this thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so but therefore, if any question from participant side is there, we'll take this before going to the next one, where we'll give a full-scale demo of the products that we have developed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I have a question, sir. Sorry if
Please,
no,
please.
to be abrupt.
No.
Um,
No.
Sir, is this what we are talking about work model? You are actually having the prototype of completely work, or is there any how much of human touch is there, or how much of work touch is there in this prototype we are talking about?
No, there is huge human touch because we build these products ourselves in the in-house. We take the survey, we talk to the people, everything